Good morning, everybody. Coming to you from Vintage Chic Boutique. Well, I'm in my kitchen today. Decided to bring it in where it's a little bit cooler than my workshop, which is my garage. And today's project is this beautiful vintage tray, which I thrifted a few weeks ago, and I've had it in my garage. And I said I might as well go ahead and do like a beginner's painting with this small piece to show you that you can get a small piece and make it beautiful. So this is how it looks beforehand. It's just plain, very plain, vintage style. It's been around a while. It's got really nice lines, but we're gonna go ahead and paint this. You're gonna hear my bird in the background. I think I'm gonna have to cover him up because he's about to lose it because he hears me talking to you guys, and I don't think he's very happy about it. Give me one moment, and I'm gonna go cover him up real quick. Otherwise, he's gonna talk throughout the whole thing. Yeah, you. Okay, you're so loud. I'll uncover you in a minute. Okay. I'm right back. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start with the sides first. This is gonna be a two-step process as far as painting. What I'm going to do, I'm going to paint with the white first. I'm going to do the sides first. I don't know if I'm going to do down here because when I was cleaning this tray, the cloth kept, it seemed like it was bleeding red. Not red, but like a copper like on this side. I really want to paint it, but I'm going to wait till the very end. And I will try to seal it first and then paint it, or something, just so it doesn't bleed and discolor the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and just very lightly what I did, let me just show you what I did. I took a lot of the paint off first. I don't like to paint with big globs of paint so it runs and has that running drip look. So just really lightly. I mean, if you want to go back over it again, you can. You see how light that is? It's real light. So just back and forth. Because what I'm going to do, this is not going to be a white tray. This is going to be probably a black tray. I mean a gray tray, but with some of the white showing through. So I'm going to do that side. And then I do the sides first because it just makes for easier paint and less mess. Because if I do the inside first and then I get ready to do the outside, I have to touch the sides and then I get paint all over my hands, which I'm going to get paint on my hands anyway, but this is chalk paint and it washes off really nice and easily. But if I can avoid the mess, I will. So it's just back and forth, really effortlessly. Don't worry if you don't get every little bit covered. You see, it's not total coverage. And just, if you can get in here, because I'm still going to go over it with the gray, like I said. I'm going to do all four sides. See, and I usually pour the paint in here so I don't mess up the whole can of paint by redipping and redipping. You know how they say about double dipping. Even in paint, it's not a good idea. So, just real light. I hate when I go over it too thick, like right there. But if you go over it too thick, you can even get some water and thin it down. Just dip your brush in some water real quick, and not a lot of water, just a little bit of water, and just thin it down. Whoa, I don't like the way I did right there. But like I said, even mistakes you can go over, and even if you do have a drip mark, what you can do when it dries, you can always sand it off. That's what I do anyway. Like I said, take a lot of the paint off. That's what I'm doing down here. And I believe I did a good cleaning job. I know usually white, if it bleeds into the paint, the piece bleeds into the paint, it usually does it on white, so I'll know if this is going to bleed. And if it does, it's no biggie, because like I said, I'm going to go over it with the gray, the Paris gray chalk paint. And okay, that's the outside covered. So yeah, I'm going to get my hands messed up. See, I already start making a mess already. But that's okay, like I said, it's chalk paint. All right, now I'm just gonna go over the edges. When I paint anything, I do it step by step. Like right now, just going over the edges. You see how my bird quietened down? I had to cover him a bit, but he's an African gray. I don't like to keep him covered too long because he deserves his daytime too and have fun in the daytime without being covered. But usually, if you're in the kitchen and you're eating, especially when you're eating or you're doing anything where you don't want noise. That's when he's going to start acting up. So that's why I had to cover him, because he hears me trying to do something, trying to do a video, and he says, no, I want to be in the video too. So, see, it doesn't, even if it just looks messy to you, it really doesn't matter. Because like I said, we're going to go over this again later on with the gray, so it doesn't matter if it's a little messy, just as long as you're not layering it on too thick, especially since you're going to have another layer on top of it, so you don't want the layers to be too thick. See? Boom. So far, so good. So I'm just gonna come down here like this. I did clean this tray before I decided to put the paint on. I usually do a mixture of bleach, water, Fabulosa, lavender Fabulosa. What else do I put in it? I usually put, and usually TSP also, which cleans old furniture, and I make that mixture up. And I also put just a tad bit of Dawn so it doesn't get too bubbly, a tad bit of a Dawn, and then I clean. That's why I clean all these old pieces to get that old smell and get it clean before I paint. I always clean before I paint. If I had any of these pieces for me, I'd want my piece cleaned before I paint it. I would never just paint over anything dirty, because I may want it in my house, and I want to know that it started out clean first. See? Even that would look really great, as is. Very shabby chic. That's what I call it, very shabby chic. But like I said, we're not going to keep it that way. You can have a tray like that. Go over it again. See, this is what you call dry brush, because the brush is very dry, but it just has a little bit of paint on it, so you don't get full coverage. So this is basically called dry brush painting. And you just put very, very little bit of paint on it, and then wipe off the excess. Just wiping off the excess. And we're gonna go again. And even if, like I said, too much goes on it, no problem. You could always use some water to thin it out. And turn it around. We're looking pretty good so far. See, that didn't take long, did it? I'm doing this tray for one of my locations, probably Queen of Hearts, Beaufort. And I'm gonna show you how to also stencil it. Put a stencil design on the inside. And this can be used on, on top of an ottoman, serving drinks on a drink tray. So many things. If somebody wants breakfast in bed, and it's big enough and it's sturdy enough. But I kind of like the idea of having it in your living room on your ottoman when you're serving drinks or having a snack or even playing a card game, this is great for a card game, or even rolling dice for your card game, because the dice can't go anywhere. It has multiple uses. So I sell a lot of trays at Queen of Hearts, Beaufort, and I don't have one up there like this. So I said, let me just go ahead and do this real quick. It doesn't really take too long to do. It's just waiting for the paint to dry. That's why I'm doing it right now, after coffee. I just had my coffee, and as you can see, I'm still in my robe. Like I said, I just wanted to do this really quick. These are things you can do at home. I'm not on camera. I'm trying not to be on camera. You don't want to see me right now. I'm not together yet. But when I go upstairs and get myself together, I'll probably come down and do the next layer, which is going to be the gray for you. And you can pick any of these trays up at any thrift store. If they may have it, they may not have it, or go to any Goodwill. You can find wood trays of different sizes. That's what I do. Very inexpensive. And make a really nice work of art. That's looking really good as is. I just feel like I want to go over it a few more times, just so I can show you the dry brush method over and over again. Like I said, you really got to take a lot of the paint off, because with this method, a little paint goes a long, long way. See, already, as much as I took it off, I'm still getting a lot of paint. Oh, and while I'm on camera and while I'm still painting, listen, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and if you have anything, any comments or something you'd like to see me paint, please comment down below, and hit the bell button so you'll be notified every time I put out a new video, because I'll try to always do something, switch up and do something a little different type of painting, hopefully different colors, even though my main colors are in the gray and the blue family. I love the color blue on furniture, and gray, but every once in a while I may switch it up, and those are the colors that really sell in my business. And white, excuse me, and white too. So I'll tend to do a lot of those colors, but every once in a while I'll find a piece and I'll see the piece and I'll be like, oh no, that piece calls for a certain color. I mean, I've even done green, but the only thing with green, it wasn't in color, but I didn't sell a lot of green because I still have 2 pieces in my business location of green still left, and they've been there for quite a while. I mean, I like the color green. Maybe it was the type of green that I used, but it really didn't sell that much. I just sold a few pieces, and I have a cabinet and a divider which are green, and they're just not going anywhere. So, push comes to shove, what I'll do is, sorry about that, just got interrupted by a phone call. Okay, so I'm going to continue what I did. I flipped it on the other side, and I said, I'm going to try painting this. I feel like it's going to bleed. I don't want to leave it like this. I just don't like it. If this was my tray, if this was my tray, I wouldn't want to keep it like this. So I have a little bit of paint, just enough, I believe, to finish the underside of this. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is just do this part first, since it's still a different type of wood than here. I'm really worried that it's going to bleed. But then again, I shouldn't be too worried because it's not like you're going to see it. It's going to be sitting down. But I want to give it a finished look. And what I'd like to do after I finish painting it, I like to put my logo at the bottom of it. And I didn't want to just put the logo straight on the bare wood like that. So I'm just going to go here, because nobody else calls me while I'm shooting this video. I'm going to try to keep it short for you guys. And just because I'm doing a tray, you can do this style of painting on any piece that you have. So I would advise you, maybe go to your local Goodwill or thrift store, or even look around your house to see if there's a piece that you have in your house that you really don't use anymore, you want to update it. You can use this method on that piece. Just update it and make it more fun for you. I was like, this is going to bleed, really. I'm going to try to just go over it real fast. So I'm going to just do, really, the dry brush method. This is going to bleed, I know. See, already looks better already. Just real quick over here. And I mean, you can do it either way. Like I'm going in the same direction as the wood grain, but you don't have to. You know, you can do it any way you want. Just crafting. You can do whatever you want to do. You can go back and forth. You can make it really messy. I've seen some people, they go up and down, back and forth, and it comes out really very good. That's just not me, I guess. I like everything kind of neat, going the same way, and just like that. So it doesn't look too bad. If it bleeds, it bleeds. If it doesn't, oh well. So I'm gonna go fill in these little spots here. Am I gonna go over it with the gray at the bottom when I do the second coat? I think so. Just to give it a very finished look. And like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and finish this off and get back to you in a few when I do the second coat with the gray, just to show you how I do that. Well, you guys enjoy your morning, have some coffee, breakfast, and I'll talk to you later. And if I don't, have a great day from VCB. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button if you want to be notified of all videos coming up. And if you have an idea or you have a tip or you want to see something that you want me to paint, comment down below. Okay? Well, like I said, I let the paint dry. I'm ready for my day. I'm showered, coffeeed up. Right now I'm drinking some jasmine and green tea. And I'm ready to do the next layer on this beautiful vintage tray. What I was thinking, what type of stencil I'm going to use, I'm going to go ahead and use this. It's Paris. I don't know if you can see it. It's a Paris stencil, Cafe Paris. I think that'd look really cool for a tray. I do a lot of my trays with the Cafe Paris because I think, you know, cafe, that means coffee, bakery, things that you could put on this tray and serve to your guests or just to yourself. And after I finish the layer of gray later on, I'm going to go ahead and spray paint it, probably with this color that I previously spray painted, which is like a charcoal on top of the gray. So I'm going to go ahead and paint the gray and put this down. Have myself some tea. I'm going to have some jasmine and green tea, give me energy for the day. So good. What kind of tea do you guys like to drink? As you can see, I like Paris. Hopefully we go to Paris at the end of this year. I'm waiting for my hubby to renew his passport so we can go. Mine is renewed and ready to go and get stamped. So, let me go ahead and get my paint ready. This is the way I keep my paints that I'm using in these. It seems to preserve it longer and it doesn't get really gunky. And I guess I have gray paint in here, and I probably will always have gray paint in here because I'm sure these things are just crazy to wash out. So I'll always keep gray because I always use gray. So I'm gonna go ahead and shake that up, put this in this container. This container I got at Home Depot. This one off of Amazon. So let me go ahead and make sure the hole is clear. Yeah. Why I'm doing it with my nails, I don't know. Come on, there you go. Oh, there you go. Just put a little bit because this is how much I have to do. Let me go put this away before I tip it over, even though it's pretty hard to tip over. That's why I like those canisters, because even if they tip over, you're not going to make a mess all over your surface or anywhere you're painting. So I'm going to continue with dry brushing. And like I said, I'm going to start from the sides, which I think is easy and less mess if you start from the sides. So starting from the sides, just lightly go over the gray. And it really doesn't matter if it's not full coverage, because like I said, it's kind of cool if you see some of the white poke out from underneath, and even some of the wood. I mean, and even if you do cover it all, you can always go back later after it's dry with a sanding block and sand off where you don't want as much paint and you want to see either some of the white or some of the wood show through. That's what I usually do anyway. So it's like no biggie. If you do full coverage, you can sand it down a bit. And kind of get in here. Like, you can do whatever you want, but this is the way I'm doing it. You could even, I guess, just do the outside and don't do the inside, if that's the look you're going for, and just leave the inside really shabby chic. That's just a different look. That's why I consider anybody who paints a piece, it's their own work of art, a very unique piece, because no two pieces can be the same. Say for instance, we had two of these trays, and I had somebody else working with me, and we were painting, and this person was trying to do the exact same thing as me. It would never come out the same. It just wouldn't, because everybody's brushstroke is different. I've noticed even when I paint, and I've painted a piece, I haven't totally finished it, and I go for lunch or what have you, and then I come back and I start painting again. I've noticed that the two areas that I've painted are different from earlier or from later, because you're in a different mood. You know, maybe your hand is lighter or heavier. So I have to work a little bit harder to really match what I did earlier, because I could have been in a better mood, a more creative mood than earlier. So, you know, sometimes I like to paint the whole thing at one go, so it has uniformity and it looks all the same. And then sometimes I don't. It depends on your craft. I keep dropping this because I have to keep taking the paint off. Nearly finished all the sides. See how quick that is? Doing a tray is a piece of cake. And like I said, you can do even a larger piece just like this. But I'm showing you a tray because it's pretty quick to do. So just like this, and I'm definitely going to go over it probably later on when I come back. When I come back, I'm definitely going to go over it with a sand block before I put the stencil on. And I noticed a lot of people like my gray colors. I mean, I was thinking about doing this blue, but I didn't want this sitting in my look business like forever, okay? Because I painted a whole different color, and it's not a quick sell. But when you paint it gray or definitely white, people love that color because it's such a neutral color. It goes with in any decorum. And I like gray. Gray's a cool color. Didn't like gray for a long time. Reason being, when I went to school in England, London, I went to this secondary school, and it was called Garrett Green. And we wore gray uniforms. Gray skirt, gray sweater, gray jacket, gray, what else would he wear gray? I was in a certain house, it was called Rosalind 7 or Rosalind something, where the color was like kind of a pinky pink, so you would do a pink and gray tie. So it was basically gray you're wearing all the time. So I didn't like gray for a while. It took me a little while to like gray. It took me until I got to be an adult to like, oh, I like gray again. But because even if you can see, I'm wearing gray pants now, so I'm back into gray. It's because I used to go to school and wear gray every day. But it goes with with a lot of people's decorum. So I do paint a lot of gray. I call it Paris gray. And see, I want to go back to Europe, huh? Hopefully my husband can get his passport together before the end of the year, and we can take a trip out of the United States of America. I would like to stay a couple of months really, but I know that's not feasible. But even if we stay a month in Europe with maybe a couple of weeks in England where I was born, that would be fun. So now, just doing the inside, I may need a little bit more paint. See, it's really coming together now. And the reason I kind of like this gray, because currently I'm also painting 3 vintage chairs. I have them in the garage. 3 vintage chairs. I've just about finished one. I just have to go ahead and varnish it and attach the seat, but that's also gray. So if someone's buying the chair, it'd be kind of cool to buy the tray too, because it would be to complete the set, or at least buy all 3 chairs. And I'm sure I have some kind of a gray table up there too. Put the chairs around the gray table, add the tray, and you have a complete set. That's what's great about painting similar colors. Even if the chairs are different chairs, if you paint them all gray, they show some uniformity where they will all blend together cohesively. So I nearly finished this. This is just the way I paint. I wait until I do all the detailing around, and then I fill in. It's just like when you're a kid. That's why I consider what I do like waking up every day and going to arts and craft class. I used to love arts and crafts when I used to go to school. That was my best class. I could stay in there all day long. Any kind of arts and crafts, drawing, clay. So now I'm just gonna go all the way in the middle. I love doing the middle because you can really see it come together. A little dry brush, and remember, just don't put too much paint on the brush. And then you can keep covering up as much as you want. You can leave it like that where you can see it's pretty shabby chic. I may just like it like that because my customers love shabby chic pieces like this, where you still see some of the gray. You even see some of the wood coming through. And just do it to your liking. Like I said, if 2 people were painting the same tray, it would never come out the same. Yeah, you could have the same colors, but the brush strokes would be so different. And see, I even have like this little black spot right there from the tray initially. I'm not going to even try to fill in. I'm going to leave it like that. That's the natural look. And you have a little bit of the white showing through here, a little bit of the wood showing here. I just leave that. It just lends to the uniqueness of the tray. Like I said, you're not going to find this tray at Home Goods. What's that one? Pier 1. You're not going to find it at Pier 1. You're not going to find anything like this. You'll find a tray, but it will never be like this. Even if you paint it, it's not going to be like this. Your tray is going to be your tray. It's going to be unique to you. So I sell my items, and these are all very unique trays. You could try having it like this, but it will never come out exactly like this. So there you have it. I used all the paints, didn't even waste any. Thank God I didn't waste any. And oh yeah, I have to do the other side. Forgot about the other side. I may do the other side. Let me just see how it looks. No, it's wet. I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to let it set. I'm going to let it dry. I'm going to go ahead and walk Shiloh, come back, and then I will paint the underside of it. And like I said, I'm going to add, I may do it in white. White would be kind of cool if I spray painted it white and had the white here. I might do that too. Or I might, I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see. I'll get back to you and let you know. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this session. I'm going to go walk Shiloh, and while I'm walking Shiloh, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell if you want to be notified of when I upload new videos. You can always comment. Even when you do a tray or you do a piece, let me see it. Let me see what you do your tray and what kind of tips and tricks you use. You know, let's share ideas. You know, I've been doing this for 5 years, but there's probably people who've been doing it longer and have even better tips and tricks. So let's just create some really unique pieces and share your ideas with me. Okay, listen, I'll be back. Have a great afternoon. Bye now. Good afternoon, coming to you from Vintage Chic Boutique. This is my little girl, Shiloh Chelsea London. She just came back from her walk. And she's always chilling with me when I do my painting. She is such an inspiration, this girl. I love her to pieces. Yeah, like I said, I'm coming back and I'm going to paint the other side of the tray, the back end, and go over it with my girl Shiloh. Say hi, Shiloh. Hi. Hi, everybody. I have my own Facebook page. I may even have an Instagram soon if Mommy does it for me. Yeah, love her. Okay. Say bye. Say see you later. I'll come back and tell you what my Instagram page is all about. But you can always check me out, Shiloh Chelsea London, on Facebook. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to my mom's channel and like and hit the bell button so you can be told every time she uploads a new video. Maybe I'll even be in it. You know I make the video. Have a great day, you guys. Okay, all right, enough with Shiloh. Anyways, so I'm going to turn it over, and of course, it's white, as you can see. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is pour some paint. Bear with me while I walk away from the camera. I'm going to go ahead and shake this up. Put a little, I don't need too much. Yeah, that's all I need. So I'm going to go ahead and paint the back end of this. And then I have a few errands to run. I've got a doctor's appointment and a few errands. And then I'll be back, if not later, to spray paint the stencil on it, like I said. So I'm going to go over this part here. I like to do the edges first. You know how I like to do edges first and then fill in. That's the way I used to color at school. I don't know how you guys, if you guys used to color like that. I used to always go around the edges and then fill in the middle. So, ooh, I didn't cover up my bird. You may hear him go off. Hopefully he doesn't. He's making funny little noises back there like he's going to do something. Okay, so I really thought it was going to bleed really horribly, but it really didn't, because when I was cleaning it, I mean, it was like a really brown, coppery dirt that wouldn't stop coming off. So I just like, oh no, it's going to just bleed throughout the whole thing. But thank goodness it didn't. Let me get the inside. Like, since it's the bottom, it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, I can be kind of a perfectionist sometimes. Oh, that was my dryer going off. Yeah, I'm multitasking. You know how we do. We multitask. We do a bunch of things all at the same time. Since I work from home, so it makes it easy to do a little bit of housework while I am creating. So let's fill in. Hopefully I got enough paint. That'd be lovely. I like it already. Yeah, I'm gonna need more paint. It's like, I think this side, the wood is not finished, so it tends to want to drink up my paint. So I'm gonna add a little bit more. I really shouldn't be painting in my kitchen, because I don't want to, last time I painted in here, I got little paint splatter all over my brand new refrigerator. I wasn't too happy with myself for that, and I had to take time and take each little splatter off my refrigerator. So right now I have my back towards the refrigerator. Okay. Try not to make a mess in here, but it's really very hot in my workshop right now, and I'm not in the mood to go in there. Sometimes I don't mind, but I'm really not in the mood to go in there, and I know that I'm not going to be working in there too long today. So let me just do this here, and I have room for my lighting, so you can see the tray really very good while I'm painting it. Okay. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. But what I always try to do, I try to finish all my paint. I hate to throw away paint. Oh, I hate to waste. Because paint is not exactly cheap. Looking lovely. Let me see, right here. Got a little chunk there. I know I'm going to have to end up sandpapering that off. Going a little crazy on it right now because I'm just about finished. And just about finished all my paint. I don't know if you can hear that dog in the background. He's barking outside somewhere. Yeah, there's a lot of little things, especially when you're working from home, you hear birds tweaking, which is kind of cool, dogs barking. Okay, that's the finished product, just about. Anyway, so no more paint left. Just gonna clean my paint brushes. And that's the back side. I'm glad it didn't bleed, and so far it looks pretty good. And because I usually like to put my stamp, Vintage Chic Boutique, on the back, and another little stamp, which I'll show you when I come back. So I'm finished this. I'm gonna go run my errands, and hope you run your errands too, and we'll meet back here later on. Hi, I'm back with you. Oops, again, to finish off this tray. What I'm going to go ahead and do is sand distress, Shabby Chic, even though it's pretty much, Shabby Chic, you can still see some of the wood, but I'm going to make even more show. So I'm wearing my mask so I don't get any little bits of paint and wood inhaling anything. So yeah, I'm in my kitchen, but I need to clean my kitchen anyway. Wash it. I need to clean my kitchen. My voice is going to sound a little muffled because I'm going to wear this. So I'm going to use a very fine sanding block. This is a new one. This is a much older one. I like to use the older one because it doesn't distress as much. And this one is a much newer one, so it just distresses a lot more. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is just start sanding the whole thing. Not very hard, just lightly. Go around the corners. I like to go around the corner. You can do anything you want, really, when it comes to distressing. However you want it distressed, where you want it distressed. Me, I like the corners. This one right here. And here. Just because I'm doing a tray, this can be done on anything. Nightstand, a dresser, a table, a coffee table, basically anything you're painting. This method can be used on. Just find the corners or where something would naturally be worn. Like I said, I do the corners a lot. Can you see that? You see where I de-stressed? Yeah, de-stressed, honey. This whole painting and everything de-stresses me. That's why I love painting. It's like a little kid in your arts and crafts class. You can see right here how I distressed it. Can you see? Right there. I'm going to even do the bottom. I love when clients even look at the bottom and they see the detail of even the distressing at the bottom. So when I did add, I already added my logo, my Vintage Chic Boutique with my phone number, one of a kind. And I love to put this on all of my, anything that I work on, I gotta say. I found this stamp at a Goodwill, and I loved it. It says, it's one of my, I don't know if you can read it, where'd it go? Right there, yeah. It goes, live well, laugh often, love much, right there. And I use it on everything. I think it's a really cool saying, it makes me happy. So I'm hoping it makes anybody who buys my pieces happy too, every time they turn it. So what I'm gonna also do, just to seal that in, I'll even varnish the bottom, so it seals that little saying in. And if one of my pieces can make somebody happy, that's all good with me. Okay, let's see, right here too. I really want it to go a little bit more shabbier. And then I like to do the corners, because the corners is where it will get naturally warm. Especially where the handles are too, because that's where you'll be picking it up. So that's where it gets warm also. Get more used one, and then the inside. Like I said, you can go and distress as much as you want. The sand, you can expose more of even the brown underneath if you want. About it, as much as I'm going to go ahead and do. Turn this upside down. Try to get all the dust out, because otherwise when you put the varnish on, it's just going to stick and clump on the piece that you're working on. So try to get all of the dust. Hey you guys, well, decided to come outside because I'm going to do some spray painting, and I'm not going to do that. Definitely not in my kitchen. And I'm not going to be out here too long because mosquitoes are crazy out here. So I'm going to go ahead and spray paint this. I've got all the things I need, I believe. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down and just kind of eyeball it. That's pretty good eyeballing. Pretty good eyeballing, yeah. And just so it doesn't move, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of tape on each side. And even if it does pick it up, which sometimes it does, it can add to being distressed. That's how I look at it. So I'm not going to put it down too hard. Just like that, hopefully. And what I also do, so the rest of the piece doesn't get spray painted, just gonna put these all around. I suggest you do that too. All these old pieces of old towels I use, just right here and right here. And perfection. Make sure it's laid right, because sometimes the spray, even when you think you got it covered, wants to just like blow underneath. So I'm just trying to make sure that everything's down. Okay, we got it. And if it does, I just sand it off anyway. Oh well. Let me put this back, my mask on. Always use your mask when you spray painting. So I'm gonna do it in black. Take it out real well first. Okay. Now I'm going to stand back a few. A good 12 inches. Spray very lightly. You don't want it too thick. I mean, if you put it on too thick, then you could always go ahead and sand some off. But rather than that, I try to do it right first. We'll do it really thin. Even if you got to stop. Okay, I'm back. I finished spray painting. Hopefully it comes out good, because as you can see, here we go. As I did tell you that a little bit of the black seemed to spray over there underneath the towels. That's what always seems to happen. Gotta find a better way. But anyways, if you have a better way, please list in the comments. What I could have also done was put the tape all the way down around the edges, but that would lend itself to more distressing when I get ready to peel the tape off. So I'm gonna go ahead for the big reveal. Let me take the tape off very gingerly. Okay. Hopefully I centered it very good. And there we go. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Look at that. There you go. And I believe I centered it pretty good. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is just where the spray paint seems to go underneath. Okay. A little bit more distress than I wanted, but that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Still looks good, right? Okay. I didn't want to spray paint too heavily because it just, I don't know, it just doesn't look, I don't know, to me it doesn't look very good when you spray so dark. So that's the finished product. What I'm going to go ahead and do is go over it with the varnish a few times, since this is a tray, and you're going to put glasses on it, maybe coffee, where you may get a ring around, you know, your glass or your coffee. So it makes for easy cleanup. I'm going to do at least 3 layers of the varnish on the inside, where you'll be putting down your teapot, if you're having tea with friends, tea and crumpets, or you know, you're having some iced tea. So at least if the iced tea has a liquid at the bottom, it's easy cleanup, and it's not going to stain the actual tray, and it's going to stay as beautiful as this is right now. I think that's pretty good so far. It came out better than I really expected. I love it. Love, love, love it. So I'm going to go ahead and come back to you later on when this really dries and solidifies, and then go over it with the varnish. And this will be ready for my location. So, like I said before, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button, and if you want to be notified of all future videos, go ahead and hit the bell so you can be updated. Okay? You guys have a great day, and I look forward to talking to you later. Hey guys, just wanted to get back at you and show you the finished product. This is the tray I've been working on. It's totally finished. I've Mod Podged it with another layer of varnish. And like I said, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the like. And if you want to see any more videos updated to my channel, go ahead and hit the bell. And don't forget to comment. You guys have a great day. Look forward to seeing you on another video.